Today on Twincam, Melvin and I go to Ormskirk Motorfest. Before I have a look around the show, there's something important you all need to know. We're all here because we like cars. Some of us like exotic cars, some fast cars, some mundane cars, some oddball cars, and some of us like really ratty cars. The thing that many non-car people can't seem to get their head around is why we love our own car. Here's Melvin. He's my 1991 Rover Metro. For me, he's the best car in the world for a few very specific reasons. Firstly, he's amazing fun to drive. Secondly, he's cute as anything. But finally, he puts a smile on my face every single time I go for a drive. That isn't hyperbole. It's 100% the truth. The only people who won't believe that are those who don't care about cars. Now, this doesn't mean you should think this. It means I think this. Us petrolheads love cars for all different reasons, whether that's history, motorsport, styling, handling, comfort, the smell or the noise. We all love them for very different reasons. If the car that makes you smile is a Ferrari 348, then that's good. If that car's an Austin Maxi, that's good. If that car's a Suzuki Cappuccino, that's good. And if that car's a Trabant, that's good. It doesn't matter what car touches that nerve that lights our imagination, only that you have the car because you love it. Cars come in many different varieties, and you don't have to love or even appreciate all of them. What you should appreciate, though, is the fact that everybody loves a car because it makes them, and them only, happy. That's what really matters. If you don't look back at your car when you walk away, you've brought the wrong one. But if you drive your car because of the badge on the front, and if you think you're better than someone based on your car, then you're so missing out. So let's have a little walk around. Of course, we have little Melvin over here, next to a lovely L-Reg MG Midget pre-rubber bumper. Fantastic seats. Look at that painted white dashboard. Fantastic. British Leyland badge on the side. Yes, very cool. And there we have a Golf R32 and a lovely air-cooled 911. Targa top one as well. Porsche interiors are probably my favourite interiors of any car. Love the gauges. Love the shape of these as well. I've seen this car before. I spoke to the owner, and this is imported from the US, hence left-hand drive. 911E actually. There you go, that makes it even more special. And ultimate status symbol. Next to that we have a Merc 280 SL, complete with red convertible top. Oh, russet brown P6. 2200 TC. Vinyl roof. Utterly beautiful. You can't really see in there, but look at the colour of those seats. Fantastic. Spare wheel on the boot as well. An R-Reg as well, so it's a very late P6. Probably one of the best looking British Leyland cars. And we have another BL car, a Stag. A Rover P4. Lovely. I thought it'd be worth pointing out a couple of BMW M cars we have here. We've got E92 M3, E46 M3. No, as I thought, 316i, E36. My dad used to have one of these when I was born, so a car that I hold close to my heart. But it does have M wheels on it, but I didn't think it was an M car, but that makes it all the more special, being a 316. Alongside a few modern VAG cars, we come to this. Fantastic, really quite early. With little bumpers, Mark 1 Polo. Fantastic steel wheels. It's such a clean design. I can't remember which styling house designed this, but it's one of the best looking small cars ever. Utterly timeless in its design. And yes, it is legal now for this car to carry a black number plate, being more than 40 years old. That was a law recently introduced. We've got a couple of Audi coupes. Now these are appreciated in their design. And a Mark 1 Golf with a rear strip on the back of it. That's a lovely colour. All lattice wheels as well, and decals down the side. More edges, W reg, so it's quite a late Mark 1 Golf. Again, the interior of these is just one of the best interiors in the business. Full 80s modified style. Got a couple of cabriolets, including this D-Reg GTI. And of course, after they introduced the Mark II Golf, they carried on making the cabriolet for a number of years after. Blue interior, fantastic. Now I've just spotted one of my absolute childhood icons. R34, yes. Fantastic. Black Nismo wheels. Yeah. Red calipers. And your typical JDM enormous exhaust. Next to a 350. And there you go, that alarm stopped now. A 911 WRX and a lovely MB Miata. Raised digit plates as well, that's very cool. These cars are just starting to have their day. Also, green leather. Brilliant. These cars are just starting to have their day, starting to appreciate. R35 GTR next to a Hyundai Coupe. There you go. That's more my kind of thing. These are becoming rarer and rarer by the day. Just a lovely NA MX-5 with the correct wheels. Looks well used. It's an early one as well on an H plate. A big row of MX-5s. I'll take you over and have a look at an ND, just because I love them so much. I think this design's really good. It divided opinions a little bit when it came out, but I think that's a great looking car. Here's a Primera GT next to my one of my all-time favourite K cars. Lovely little Suzuki Cappuccino. Little 660cc turbocharged 3-cylinder. It's such a tiny little car, but so cool. I've come up by the lake. We've got MGTF. Lovely, quite an early MGTF on a 52 plate. Next to a fantastic Mark IV Escort. Look at that. Poverty spec. We've got a Mark I Focus and then a Sport Mark II Escort on a V plate. Look at those wheels. They're fantastic. 13s as well, and they just work so well on this car. Wheels any bigger would be a travesty. It's a perfect size. Fantastic. We've got MGB Roadster, a Mark II Cortina. Some fantastic cars around here. We've got a Midget, lovely gold MGF. Look at that. But the MGs always have a really strong showing here at Ormskirk. Every year there's always a great variety. I mean, sometimes it can be a little bit samey, but when the cars are this good, who cares? With the MGA, wire wheels. As we go over here, we enter the concourse section. And first of all, this non-concourse, but utterly brilliant, Reliant Robin. just how they should be. I have a fantastic Porsche 928, and this is the only video you're going to see where I go straight from gawping over a Robin to gawping over a 928. Well, there you go, as is the nature of this channel. A lovely P5 Rover, utterly brilliant, one of the all-time great looking cars. And the interiors of these are just to die for. Of course, this, the 3.5 litre Rover V8, sourced from Buick in the United States. A little Princess 8016. The colours of this car, it's fantastic. This is really the ultimate 8016. This car's been here for a number of years, and I never tire of seeing it. Look at this. Lovely Opel Manta. Look at those dials. Fantastic. Those mud flaps really set it off. I've seen this car before as well at a couple of other local shows, but it's just so clean. Headlamp wipers as well. So again, from an utterly concourse Manta SR off to an Alpha 155 with one of the best engine bays in any car ever. Utterly magnificent. Only Alfa Romeo could make an engine bay so beautiful. And the 155 is a great looking car anyway, so 90s. It still holds up to this day. It's been a great looking car. 2.5 litre V6. So good. Just love the lines down the doors. So nice. And we can't complete our look at the concourse without this fantastic E36 M3. Concourse is something else. Just the quality of these cars is amazing. Now, as it's the 60th year of the Mini, there are a number of them here this year. And here's 3. Lovely F-Reg, very late Mark 1 Morris Cooper with a little bit of poke and some wheel arches. In almond green, one of my all-time favourite colours, not just colour for BMC cars. Bumper overriders, look so good. They've got a N-Reg. Lovely seats. Next to this you've got a Mark III Mini 1000 72, pop out rear windows, and if that'll focus, there you go. Just incredible interior. This really is peak Mini. If I had a Mini, this is probably exactly how it would be. It's a Mark III in such a simple colour as white. If we come back round to the end, we've got a Morgan, a lovely little blue Volkswagen, and then we're back towards Melvin. Now, as we enter the town centre, Motorfest is more a community-based event. It's less based on individual cars and more on local businesses and bringing out everybody in the town. And as much as a lot of these people maybe aren't car people, it encourages people to participate and be involved with the car community. There's always a healthy showing of bubble cars and stock cars up at the top here. Oh, this is my kind of thing. Panda 4x4. This design was genius, and I believe still is as well. Such a good looking car. Very simple, utilitarian interior. But it just works so well. The Mark IV Escort. Oh, this is a performance model, unlike also before. Well, relatively. Got a Mark I Fiesta with twin carbs. This looks great in black with pepper pot wheels and the US spec grille. That is brilliant. And this Reliant with the skip on the back of it's always here. Look at this lovely Morris Minor. Really beautiful car. It's also one of the best looking cars. This shape, so 70s but so timeless as well. The wraparound rear screen. They're great engines these have. Next to a little Austin A30 or A35. I'm not clued up on these enough to know the differences. It's a yellow TR6 I've seen at a lot of car shows before. And again, as it is Mini 60, got some lovely minis here, including this H-Reg Mark II Morris Cooper, which I've seen at a number of car shows before. An 85 Austin Mini. That will be a Mark IV with disc brakes on the front. Custom switch panel in the middle. I think that might be a wide by Wilson one. They look so good. Yeah, that Mark II Cooper. Those two Mark II Coopers actually. I hadn't even really looked. Both on mini-like wheels. Both look immense. I love external door hinges of early minis. And again, these cars didn't have much power, but they were fast for back in the day. I mean, these two Coopers are 998cc, about 55, 60 horsepower, something like that. Utterly wonderful little cars. You don't need a lot of speed to have fun. And the Mini is a perfect example of that, a car that's so loved by everybody, and yet with such little power. And here you have the holy grail of minis, an Innocenti Mini Cooper, imported to the UK, still left-hand drive. These fantastic wheels, my favourite wheels to ever go on any car. And the great, I don't know whether you can see that, but the Innocenti dials are some of the best. I absolutely adore this car. And it just has subtle differences to a UK model Mini, which make it so much more special to the person who knows minis. As we come up to the top of the town centre, we have Chevette rally car. Love little AC Ace, Crossfire, and here I have all the stock cars. TVR 420. That's something you don't see every day. Lattice wheels, pop-up headlights. Chevy Camaro. This lovely SL Mercedes with body colour wheel trims. My favourite thing about any old Mercedes. And this one looks so good, despite the fact they made this generation of Mercedes so long. But it always looked good. Maybe driving wise and equipment wise it started to be outdated towards the late 80s, but style wise it was always there. You get some more modern stuff around here. Hatfield Jaguar Land Rover around here somewhere, doing a bit of advertising. But I'm more interested in this 348 Ferrari. Gated shifter. Those great dials, that font in the middle there. Just these slats in the side. That was such a feature of Ferraris in the 80s and early 90s. And again on the back. So good looking. One of my favourite Ferraris. I think the 355 is slightly better looking, but the 348 just looks a little bit smaller on its feet and is a little bit more classic than the 355. We get to a day Tomaso Pantera, one of my favourite Italian supercars. Again, made for so many years. This is an L reg, so what, 73 or something like that. I don't know whether you see, but the Goodwood Festival Speed this year, De Tomaso premiered their new supercar, which looks just as good, if not better than this. Just how deep dish those rear wheels are, just how fat those tyres are. There we have a Supra, a couple of WRXs, and then this, which is quite special, if you know what it is. But if you know what these are, then you know how special they are. And why this one's been kept so clean. Engineered by ProDrive, as all the rally cars were. And probably still are, but I'm not 100% sure, to be honest with you. But this is utterly fantastic, if you know what it is. And as you can probably tell by now, I love my Porsches as well. And the 356 being probably one of the ultimate Porsches, just in its such a 50s aerodynamic style. So unique to cars of this period. And that is Ormskirk Motorfest. As much as it's not quite the same kind of approach as a usual car show has, there's not maybe the depths of cars. And it's certainly very themed with its prevalence of bubble cars and stock cars. But again, it is community based, and it's all about promoting local businesses and local interests, and it does that really well. Maybe if you came back every year, you might start to see the same things over and over again. But it's so important for the town to come out and do this every year. So as I stand next to the Minis again, which I'm standing next to because they're just so cool. That is Ormskirk Motorfest. I'm going to do a little bit more video on some of the parades that they do around the town centre later. But apart from that, I'll hopefully see you again next week.